one day and said he had wrote this song for Tony Orlando and Dawn. And he said, I want to play it for you. And he played me this song. And I was floored. That song,
So
mhm,
the second album, Second Wave, what so
yes,
what was the
sir.
recording process like with that album, man? What was you
Well,
guys'
at
thought?
that point, yeah, at that point, we didn't have any thoughts like people might talk about the sophomore jinx and all that. We didn't think about none
Yeah.
of that stuff. But there was something that happened during that album that was amazing to us. We was out in California, and Bernard, we have a friend that we used to go over to their house all the time. Her name is Sharon. She's one of our old friends, and she's still our friend. But
Okay.
he came over one day and said he had wrote this song for Tony Orlando and Dawn. And he said, I want to play it for you. And he played me this song, and I was floored. That song was Shower Me With Your Love.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
I said, you can't get that song to them. You got to get that song to us. The heck with that, you know. And he
Right.
decided to do that song on Surface, man. That song was just too beautiful. I never heard
Right.
nothing like it before. And I
No.
said, no, we got to have that. We got to have that record. And that became one of our big premier records that even lasts even to today. To today.
Right.
So
Right.
that's part of the second wave album. The other part of it was we didn't go back to Tito's house, but in the meantime, I decided that I was going to build a studio in my house in Jersey.
Mhm. Okay.
So I had some very good friends of mine, and you guys know them as well. They were called Cool and the Gang.
Cool in the
So Cool and the
Gang.
Gang, yeah, Khalees, who is Ronald Bell, who passed away down in the Bahamas area. He
Mm-hmm.
passed away a couple of years ago. Anyway, he lived in my neighborhood in West Orange. So
Okay.
went over to his house because he was selling his console, which was the board that you plug all the mics and all that kind of stuff in.
Yeah.
So I went over there and I said, "Wow, I want to buy this thing." And they did the album Victory on that particular board. So
Okay.
he had these big giant speakers called the Yuri 813s, which are very big, huge studio speakers. So I bought them, and I bought the board, and I bought the cables and all that kind of stuff, and bought over a bunch of dudes, and we took that stuff and loaded it on the truck and brought it over to my studio, and we sat up in there and we wired that studio up, with the new equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we did the second album. We did the second album right there,
Okay.
right inside of the studio that I built right there in West Orange.
Okay. Okay. And
Hmm.
Regina Bell, I hear her vocals all over that album. How did that come about? How did y'all got her to come in and drop some vocals?
Yeah, we met Regina because we were label mates, so we knew
Oh,
Regina, and I pretty much just asked her. I was like, "Yo, you want to come sing on our record?" She was like, "I'll come," because she was crazy about Bernard's vocal anyway. So she
yeah,
came over and kicked ass, basically. You know what I mean? And she
yeah,
came in and
yeah,
did what she did. And as a matter of fact, she just wanted to keep on recording. So we did other things. I actually did one of her songs. I didn't do it. I didn't write it, but they asked me to come in and do a mix for her on "Make It Like It Was." So I went to the
yeah,
studio
yeah.
and I brought in a couple of musicians and we kind of did a little extra production on it and did a beautiful mix and it became a big number one gold record.
Right,
Matter of
yeah.
fact, she kind of got to come over my house and sign that daggone gold record because she never signed it. But yeah, I have the gold record on that on the wall with Regina Bell. So she was a part of the album, and she did two songs with us, "Hold On to Love," and she
Mm-hmm.
also did, which was never a single, but she also did "You Are My Everything," which was a single.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Oh
remember that
yeah,
song
man, we,
vividly.
we had a
Yep.
good time with her. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we had a good time with her.
Yeah, she
And
laced
still
that,
we
man.
do. We do live shows. But yeah, we do live shows with Gina sometimes, and we
Okay.
come in and do it live together.